So previously we have created backup images, and then we restored them or deployed them. There were we used these two solutions. We used the server. We made a computer server and installed the clients, and clients send all the backups, created those images on the server, and then we were able to use the restore CD that required a USB stick to restore the images. This one is was over the network, that we used software clone deploy, but to use that we needed to create an image first, from a good PC that's running. We could back up the image, and then we did not need the USB CD, also USB stick. We could simply go to connect the computer over the network, the blank computer, and use the network Pixie boot pre-execution environment to install the Windows. But what if we don't have an image? We want to install an operating system over the network, and all we have is the installation media, a file like an ISO or a CD. So how to do that? So the scenario is that we don't want to deploy an image which has not only Windows installed but all the other softwares as well. We just want to install an operating system over the network to a blank computer, and then configure once we have the operating system installed, then we can go and do all of our things. So it's just a one-on-one, like it's just one computer that we have to configure. For that, and interestingly, for example, and we have to work with different operating system. We have Linux operating system, we have Windows, and different flavors, and we want to choose this machine, it's one-time installation. We have to install Windows 7. The other machine we have to install Ubuntu, and then the third machine we have to install Windows 10, or fourth machine we have to install Windows Server. So for that, I found a great software. I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. It's called SERVA. So if we can go to the it's this one. It's a very neat software. Basically, it turns any computer into a powerful server. Like it can be a TFTP server, FTP, HTTP, DHCP, DNS. So we will be using TFTP and DHCP. For that, first launch our Windows 10 machine. I did play with it before making this video. On server, I tried installing it, but it fails because the server is supposed to act like a server itself. So it will not, and there was some interference with DHCP sharing, and then a little digging told me that it's WDS as well, that is Windows Deployment Service. So I'm gonna try on Windows 10 over here and see if I'm able to install it. It's still a trial and error video because I have to install it over here. Last night I was installing on server, it did not work. So let's do it. Let's see if I can connect to this machine. I love this virtual machines. It gives me, like, I don't have to go and have a few physical machines. I can quickly create them, delete them. It's a blessing. So we're gonna log in as a local user. and click on this link. Go to download and click on this one, community. I think this one is the paid one. The community is just for each one you have to wait 7 seconds. So let's go to this. All you have to do is just unzip it, and this is it. You can copy, drag it to your desktop for easy access, or you can leave it here. All you have to do is run it. You see, you have to wait 7 seconds. You accept it. So you have to click here on this top left corner for the settings and click on settings. So we're not going to use all of them. We need only TFTP. So TFTP is trivial file transfer protocol. Basically it's for networking that host or clients, the clients, they can copy or access a file, read a file from the host. We're gonna turn this TFTP server on, and we're gonna turn this option on, which basically binds the thing to this address. So when the the client computer goes online and search for it, it goes to this IP address and it can find the TFTP installed here, and then we can give it a server root directory. So for the root, we're gonna go here, go to your C drive, local C, and create a folder, any folder. You can name it anything. I'm gonna name it SERVA root because it's asking me the root. So let's name it underscore root. We copy the address, we go in this one, copy the address, and we go back to this. And so for example, if you make a mistake, you do this and you try to go to DHCP, it will say directory does not exist. So basically that's a good check that first you have to create the folder, then you click the right name, and we know that we have created. When you click it, it takes it, checks it and accepts it, saves it. So about the DHCP, this is very important. Since you saw on TFTP, I'm getting this address 192. That means that my router is assigning addresses. 192.168 is normally associated with your home network, and this I was able to fix the networking issues. I'm gonna create another video to get the IP addresses from the router, the home network. So this is very important right here, the DHCP tab. Since I'm using my home router to assign IP addresses, so I need to do it proxy DHCP. But had I been using the other option where these computers are not getting their IP addresses from my router, but they were getting from the server, then I could make this the DHCP server. I would click here, and then I will obviously in both option I'm going to do this, whether I'm using this or this. I need this one just like TFTP, but then if I'm using this one, you see it automatically deselects. Then I have to set the pool size. You can put 50, 60, 100. Pool first address is this machine address. We could use this one or any address. Boot file is gets automatically. Once you click here, you have to click on this one as well, so it creates the boot file. This is the link. Subnet mask, that I have to go to CMD, and that's in case that's subnet mask I get from CMD. If I'm making this one as a DHCP server, so I can run it and get the subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and I get the router address that is 192.168.1.1, and leave these two just like it. And when I run the client, it gets the IP address that whatever I mention here, that will be first address. Like whatever I put here, if I put 149, that is the first address that that client will get. But I'm not making this DHCP server, I'm simply making it the proxy, because my router is assigning IP addresses. So that makes your life very easier. You don't have to do anything, and that's all. Just click OK. You're done. It will ask SERVA, it does not save, it asks you to close this and restart, and that's how it saves and execute them. So for execution, just go and run it again. You have to again wait for these 7 seconds and watch what happens when I click this and the screen appears and it's gonna run commands. It's command. So each time when it's running, you have to wait for this line, maintenance procedure ends. So that's when you know that you can go and make more changes. So this one is right here done. What is the next step? The next step is to go to your root, server root right here. So you see we had just created this server root. We did not create any folder. When it ran, it created all these folders. And if you know nwapxi, this is the one that's right here. Oh, sorry, this is the one that is this one, bm dot, sorry, this is the one here, bm Microsoft PXE server, and that's its boot file. You see the BIOS here. So server root. So these 3 folders, they are very important. This is the boot file and all that good stuff. This nwa.pxe, this is for all your Linux distros to be stored in. So you create a folder here, for example Ubuntu, and you put Ubuntu files in it there. I don't have Ubuntu, do I? Let me check. So go to, this is my main host computer, and if I have Ubuntu, it should be here, Pro, right there. Yeah, so actually I can put Ubuntu there. Let's do that. This is a torrent file. I don't know why it's there, but let's see. You mount it, you copy paste everything, copy, and over here you create a new folder called Ubuntu. You paste it in there. You have to wait for the copy paste. So if you see that we can copy from our host machine, the actual physical machine, into this virtual machine, thanks to if you're using the option to bind your virtual switch to your actual switch, actual machine switch. So basically we can send the data and copy paste. If I image Windows 10 now, this machine is gonna have a lot of data, so I should remember never to image it again. Alright, so my Ubuntu is in there. The next folder is WIA-RIS. So this one is pre-Windows 7 operating system. So in this one you can create a folder for Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 2000, Windows Millennium, Windows 98 second edition, 98, 95, all that ancient stuff. We can create a folder here, or actually I copied it just before making this video, so can I move it to that one? Let's say RIS. Yeah, simply move it here. Saves time. All right, and for this one, WDS, this it says Windows Deployment Service. This is the cool one. So we're gonna make a new folder. We can call it W10, and if you remember, we had Windows 10. We got the 90 days evaluation version, so we can go to our downloads, and it should be this one, I believe. Client normal. Yep. So let's do this. Copy everything just like before and simply paste it here. The reason I'm doing all this is to show you where all the operating system go in terms of these folders, and then I am actually hoping to see all of them listed when we go and run our virtual machine from Pixie boot. And then I'm thinking to the laptop that I installed Ubuntu on, I want to boot it in Pixie over the network and see if I can install operating system onto that one. So Windows 10 is giving me 1 hour and 5 minutes remaining. That's a lot of time. Okay. So you see, this method, you can basically on a computer put everything, all operating system, and then you don't have to carry all the CDs or USB and then jiggling through them and inserting here and there to do. If you're in an office building and you have to work with a few computers over the same network, you can simply boot them from Pixie and install whatever operating system you want. So it depends scenario to scenario, what scenario you have, what devices you have to work with, and what is the installation media you have. You have some, you have all, or you have neither. So at the end of the day, you want to get the job done. And it's testing our patience, right? You know, what I'm fearing is all this hard work, and at the end I don't get the desired result. That will be painful. Then you have to go and troubleshoot it and make it work. Sometimes trial and error is not fun. Alright, so everything is done. I don't have all the operating system in there. I just copied one each to make sure what I wanted. So I really wanted to try the XP, so I'm gonna go with this option. So basically, or I can, yeah, let's do with all of them. You have to share these folders. what you have to do is all these 3 folders you have to share it like this. You right click on the one, you go to properties, you click sharing. You don't click share, you click advanced, you click share this folder, and you share it with the name underscore underscore share. You click on permissions and you give everyone, accept, apply, okay, close. You do the same for this. Your properties, sharing, advanced, share this folder, you name it underscore share. You click permission for everyone, apply, close, okay, apply, okay, close. You do the same for this last one. Sharing, advanced, share, click on permissions for everyone, allow, okay, okay, close. You're done. So it's let's so you had all you had to do was share. You cancel this out, and now you have to close it just like before, and then run it one last time. I hope, because if it goes into that what I had to suffer last night, and I lost that video. Actually, I was making that video, but at the end I clicked the wrong option and it was gone. Alright, so you get the maintenance procedure end, and this is okay. This doesn't mean, oh okay, it says okay. Last night I was getting that error, unable to get the share SMB, something like that. That was on the server, but I lost that video because I clicked the wrong option. Let's do this one. So as mentioned, we always have to wait for this line. So watch what happens. This log will change once we run the XP machine. I named it Windows XP because I wanted to install Windows XP on it, and I was working with server, so I never deleted this one. I kept it. Let's connect to this one. This should automatically go to Pixie boot, and in my previous videos you see right there, and you see all right, right there. So surprisingly it's giving me Windows XP option, and it's giving me Windows 10, but it is not giving me Ubuntu option. I need to, it will be a trial and error video to go find out why Ubuntu is not working, but so far I'm very happy that I got at least all the Windows, and I will find out why or how to make a Ubuntu option appear here. But for the sake of this video, let's not focus on that and try to install either one of them. But if you, I want to show something here. When it says this was the last time we had DHCP discover, it offered the, it automatically picked the machine's address. You see it's 192.168. it never offered DHCP request from IP. So that's 7E19. If you go to your Hyper-V and you go to the settings and you click on this, probably 7E19 right there. So this machine, basically what happened is that since we were running the proxy, where is it? Right there. It at this line, it did not ask it for the it did not actually offered an IP or assigned an IP. It sent a DHCP request for this against this MAC address, and it got the IP address, And once it got the IP address, you see this is 148, that's this machine IP address. So that's how the Pixie client and all that, they work together. And this machine having this connected with, they both connected, and it got these options. We're gonna go with Windows. Let's go with Windows XP, and you see it start changing over there. Status setup cannot continue, press any key to exit. All right, that was a failure, but we did get the option. Let's see if we can install Windows 10. Oh yes, loading files. So basically that Windows copy is corrupted. Something wrong with that one. I need to fix that, but so far we are able to get at least one Windows working. So the rest of the procedure is same when we install Windows and all that. I'm not gonna go with that one and bore you with the whole installation, but you see that it's loading network resources. Let's see, connect, because I don't have a password over there. Our error. Okay, the main user. Okay, that's something new. Let's go to settings, system log. There's nothing for the user. Domain / user. We don't have a domain there. And let's see for the okay, can't find the user. Let's go to the root, and in root WDS server readme, and what's the username it has? User defined head directory, which user defined username password. The W must be shared as share. When you see right here, it says oh, okay, I think it should be win 10 / and let's see, so basically that's your okay. So basically that was the local machine username and password. We got through it, so now it's just like same, we have to go through with it, and we can continue the installation, but I don't want to. The reason is that I have so many Windows 10 machines. I was hoping for Windows XP machine. I named it Windows XP, but this is the process. It showed it the username password that it was asking was of the local machine user, any user that has the access to that machine and can read and write files, because we shared it. That's what all it was asking. Let's go exit it out, and I'm gonna end this video here. I'm gonna do a little bit digging to make Windows XP work, and if it works, I will make a video. All right, thank you for watching, and you have a good night.